Hey everyone, and welcome back to another how-to video. Today we're going to be doing homemade chicken burgers and potato wedges. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the rolls on the go. So you're going to take about 300 grams of bread flour, you're going to need 1 packet of fast acting dry yeast, and I'm going to add in some sun-dried tomato and herb seasoning to give the rolls a funky flavour, and you want a pinch of salt. Right, now what you want to do is you want to add water to this mix very slowly, and it has to be warm water. Too cold or too hot will kill the yeast. Once you've added enough water to make a nice smooth dough, the next thing is to prune it. Now, don't panic if you put a little bit too much water in. You can always put some more bread flour in, or alternatively some self-raising flour just to bring it back. Now, the best way to prove it is to put it in a bowl. You can use the bowl that you've been using, which is fine. Then you want to put it over some kind of heat source. I find the back of the vents of the oven, once you've turned it on, works perfectly, and then you just need to put a wet cloth over. That can be any wet cloth. I'm just using kitchen towel that's just soaked. Drain it out a little bit so you don't get drippage, and then just put that at the back of the oven to prove. Now this can take a couple of hours, so it's best to get it done well before you need it, and then we'll come back to that in a little bit. While we leave the bread rolls to prove, now it's time to get the chicken burgers done. So what we want to do is take a chicken breast, just trim off any excess sinews and fat, and then we're going to butterfly it. Now the best way to do it is to lay it flat, put your knife horizontal, and just slice it all the way to the other side, but don't cut it all the way through, and you'll get a nice, almost like heart-shaped chicken breast. Now, best way to do this is to flour, egg and breadcrumb it. Now the breadcrumbs is just store-bought golden breadcrumbs, but I've thrown in some salt, some pepper, some fajita seasoning and a little bit of mixed herbs just to give it a funky flavour. So just want to lightly flour the chicken breast, shake off the excess, then into the egg. Covered, and then finally into the breadcrumbs, and get that all nicely coated. Now if you feel it hasn't coated it enough the first time, you can always egg and breadcrumb it the second time. Once they're nicely coated, it's now time to set them aside in the fridge and clear down, ready to do the wedges. So with the wedges, it's nice and simple. Cut your potato in half, then cut each half into 4. That way you get nice sized wedges. Put those wedges into a pan of cold water and bring that to the boil. Cook it for about 10 minutes. Once it's done that, drain them off, put it on a greased tray, a little bit of oil, a little bit of seasoning, salt, pepper or whatever spice you want to do it, and then chuck it in the oven for about half hour to 45 minutes, but do just keep an eye on it. So it's been about an hour, so it's time to check the bread dough. Now, it should have doubled in size, so we just want to knock it back, fold the air back in, and then what you can do is, if we break it into 4 pieces, then we can shape our rolls. Right, once you've shaped your rolls, spread them evenly on a lined tray, coat them with a little bit of oil, and then what you want to do is you want to let them prove again in the same place, just so that they double in size just before you put them in the oven. Probably give it about another hour and then we'll come back and check on them. So it's been about 40 minutes, so let's check the rolls. as you can see, they've now doubled in size, and these are now ready to go in the oven. We want to put them on the middle shelf, have the oven at about 180 electric, and give them anywhere from 18 to 25 minutes, but do just keep an eye on them. Once they're ready and come out the oven, we can put them to one side to cool. Then we can get the wedges and the chicken in the oven. Crank your oven up to about 200 degrees, put the wedges on the top shelf and the chicken on the middle. Give them anywhere from about half hour to 45 minutes, and again, double check the chicken because you want to make sure that's cooked. So it's been about 35 minutes, so let's go and check out, see if dinner's ready. Now, as you can see, the wedges are cooked nice and evenly, and that is because about halfway through the cooking process, I took them out, turned them and stuck them back in, just so that they were coated all the way over and cooked on both sides nicely. And chicken burgers are looking pretty nice. Best way to check if they're cooked is just cut into them a little bit, make sure they're not pink inside, and then they'll be beautiful. I even chucked in a couple of onion rings just to make this dish a little bit tasty. But that is it. That is your homemade chicken burger and wedges. Now obviously we'll take the rolls from earlier, put them into our buns and make up a nice chicken burger. You can add anything you like, put some coleslaw, some salad, any sauces, some cheese, make a full nice dinner out of this. But anyway, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Laters.